This is Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance on the west side of Los Angeles today, and we're joined by Isaac Galvan. He is a councilman in the city of Compton. A lot of exciting developments in Compton. Retail-wise, always important. Sales tax helps the city's bottom line. What's happening on the retail side?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me here today. Appreciate it, man.
Good to see you, pal.
You know, the city of Compton, it's an exciting times right now in the city of Compton. Back when I got elected in 2013, we had about a $42 million deficit from, you know, the budget wasn't being managed properly and stuff, and our hands were kind of tied. So what we did last June is we put a tax initiative on the ballot for a 1-cent sales tax, which the residents passed with, I believe, close to 70%. They voted to approve it, and we have major developments taking place in the city of Compton now. We have a lot of new big businesses coming to the city of Compton. We have the Walmart that just opened up recently. We're anticipating that bringing a lot of dollars to the city of Compton, especially with the new sales tax. They're also guaranteeing us 600 jobs, 70% local hire. So a lot of the Compton residents are out there working and stuff. And, you know, we also negotiated with them to work with the unions so the unions could, you know, construct the Walmart. So, you know, it was a big thing that we worked on, and I'm very excited. We also have a sheriff's substation inside the Walmart, so that's going to help us with some of the crime we have in that area.
Of course.
And, you know, we're in talks with Amazon right now to bring their distribution center to the city of Compton. We have a UPS distribution center already in there. And it's just exciting times, you know, new developments. But what's more important than the tax dollars is the jobs that it's creating for our Compton residents. One thing that we passed a resolution as a council, an entire body, to any new business that comes to Compton has to hire 30% local hire. So some of the businesses exceed that, which is great for us, but the main thing is putting our residents to work.
And let's talk about employment, because while we know the unemployment rate is pretty low, not only in California but throughout the nation, certain pockets do see a stubbornly high jobless rate. Often young men of color are finding it difficult to land employment. Is that what we're seeing in Compton right now?
Yeah, you know, I think it's the same like anywhere else. One thing that we want to do is make sure that our people get the jobs, and that goes for anything we do. We have tree contracts, graffiti removal contracts, pothole filling contracts, street repavement contracts. And these, you know, the developers that come, let's be honest, they're not from Compton. They come from out of town, you know, the more affluent areas. So what we did with them is we made sure that, you know what, you guys are going to come and work in our city. You're going to hire our residents to do the job, because I believe our Compton residents, our young African-American and Hispanic residents are just as qualified to do the jobs as other people. So we're making sure that we're really being aggressive with that. And not only are we doing it on the retail side, but also on the construction side. I mean, we have major street repavement taking place right now as we speak, and our residents are out there working. So we want to, you know, make sure that when people come to Compton and make millions of dollars, that our residents get a benefit and make some money for their families as well.
And those residents have kids, and those kids play in parks, and they join little leagues. And because of some efforts of you and other members of the council, those little leagues now cost
absolutely $0.
That's remarkable.
So it was interesting to me. This is one of the things that I did one of my first projects I want to do as a councilman. I was raised by a single mother with 5 children. So it was very tough for my mom to put me and my brothers in sports at the same time. You know, each kid costs about $40 to play sports. When you're on a fixed income and, you know, you're struggling like a lot of the families in Compton are, and a lot of the surrounding communities as well, you got to sometimes choose between putting your son in baseball or paying your light bill.
It's devastating.
So I was wondering why our park enrollment was so low. We were having about 200 kids play per sport. We didn't even have enough kids to fill certain age brackets. So we had 10-year-old kids playing with 13-year-old kids just to make a team. So I brought a resolution to the city of Compton, free after-school programs for all of our kids in Compton. So baseball, football, basketball, soccer, volleyball, absolutely free for every child that lives in Compton.
Where do you get money? How do you pay for it?
Well, you know, we did some restructuring in the budget, and also we've been getting sponsors. Our oil company, Domino Cardoon, is sponsoring some of the after-school programs with the kids. And, you know, Compton's very fortunate too. We have a lot of people that came out of Compton, like famous rappers YG, Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, and you know what's great about them is that they come back to the city of Compton. And just recently, I got to give a shout out to my good friend DeMar DeRozan from the Toronto Raptors. We named the basketball gym after him in Compton, the DeMar DeRozan Gymnasium, and this basketball season's going on right now. He's sponsoring the entire league for the kids. So he's paying for the jerseys, the trophies, the referee fees, everything. So it's great when our Compton residents come back and give back to our community.
I want to talk more about the kids.
All right.
Because when you were growing up, when I was growing up, I'm a little older than you, but most of the kids in Compton were African American. Today, most of the kids in Compton are Latino. Talk to us about that demographic shift.
Yeah, well, you know, the demographic shift took place. Yeah, the city's now close to about 70% Hispanic now, but it's great. You know, there's no race wars going on.
No, of course.
The kids, they play together. I think it's good, you know, kids being able to participate in sports and after-school activities with people of different races. I think it kind of brings us together as a community, and it makes Compton very unique in that sense.
But I want to also ask about your Latino community to the extent that in many Latino communities throughout California and otherwise, there seems to be an increased fear with a new administration in Washington. And why is that? The rhetoric of the campaign saw President Donald Trump speak, I'll say, disparagingly against immigrants, undocumented immigrants. And I presume that many of your residents may be undocumented. So what is the mood in Compton with a new president in Washington?
Yeah, you know, it was kind of interesting because during the campaign, obviously myself, along with all of my colleagues, we were supporting Hillary.
Right.
For the obvious reasons. And we actually had her come to Compton twice.
Wow.
She came on a Friday to meet with the victims of crime parents panel. And then they went to Clinton Elementary on a Monday, and they went and spoke at the school. So we had them there twice during the campaign, and the community was behind them, and we were rallying behind them. We were excited for them. But you're right, though. Trump, all the stuff that he was saying about building the wall and sending all the illegal immigrants back. You got to remember, even though some of the residents that live in Compton may be illegal immigrants, they had their kids on U.S. soil.
Right, and it becomes very challenging.
It becomes very challenging at that stage, absolutely. So we have young boys and girls in middle school, you know, that this is the only country they've ever been to. Some of them never even been to Mexico.
Right.
And they're fearful that their parents are going to get deported. So it's our job as council members to, you know, kind of put them at ease.
But what can you do? I mean, look, the federal government is the federal government. Some cities are taking a stance that we're going to be called and declare ourselves a sanctuary city, whatever that may mean.
Yeah.
You know, the president has said that if you don't assist us in our immigration efforts, at least he's threatened to pull federal funds.
Yeah.
You know, California seems to be taking a very aggressive stance vis-a-vis the new administration.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it goes back to working with our state office elected officials as well as our congressional officials. And, you know, we just have to make sure that our residents know that we're going to do everything we can do to fight for them, to be their voice. And, you know, if something we have to do to put them at ease is make Compton a sanctuary city, that's something we're going to have to really look into. I know that we've already had preliminary discussions about that.
What do you think?
Well, you know, I think it'll be great
to declare yourself sanctuary.
Absolutely, I think that it'll give a lot of our Hispanic community residents, especially, a peace of mind, and I think that it'll send a strong statement to a historic city like the city of Compton.
Right.
You got to remember, there's many cities surrounding Compton, cities
Carson,
Downey, you know, Paramount, all the cities, but Compton is known worldwide.
No, it really is.
So we make Compton this a sanctuary city. You know, it'll be known around the world.
His name is Isaac Galvan. He is a councilman in the city of Compton, a great city in, I guess, south-ish Los Angeles County. My name is Brad Pomerance. We're coming from west-ish Los Angeles County, and we thank you so much for joining us on Local Edition.